What's up everybody, Zoe here, and I kind of wanted to, I don't know, do a quick little video since I've already done a vlog, I've done a couple flight vids. I want to talk about getting into 3D. Now this is my unicorn. As you may or may not notice, I am not running 3D props on right now. Those are my old school GemFan 3D Masters. These are the Hurricanes from GemFan. These are just normal, regular props. Now you also notice I've got some tilt on this rig. That's because most people fly with a little bit of tilt, and I wanted to set up my rig to fly like most people fly. Now, if you're gonna get into 3D, it's actually a lot simpler than you might think. This is the main rig I've been flying for all my main videos. We're going to show you the quick and easy and dirty way of flying 3D. So you're gonna take one prop from the front, one prop from the back. They're gonna be kitty corner from each other, so they're not going to be right next to each other. They're going to be kitty corners. So you're going to do one, you're like your back left, your front right, or your front right and your back left. What you're going to do, and it's pretty simple, you're going to take your prop off like thus. You're going to just flip it upside down. I know it seems weird, it seems like this is a joke. That's why I posted this originally on April Fools, just to screw with people. But this is legitimately a way of getting into 3D. Now this rig obviously already has 3D mode set up on a switch. I've got other videos for that. And a lot of them I believe are still relevant for how you set them up. So we're gonna swap this one. And we're just gonna tighten it back up. This is, again, a super simple video. Just going over the basics. I don't want to cross thread this one. I feel like I'm cross threading it. There we go. I've had issues with cross threading on these motors and prop nuts. Okay. We have now tightened it up. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is lower your tilt. On the Unicorn, it's really easy. You can just do that. And your tilt is now very low. I tend to run about 0 to 5 degrees. This is about 5-degree tilt. I'll put the GoPro at about 0, or about, 0 to 5. And there you go. Now the GoPro really doesn't shift in motion with this mount that I'm using. Generally on the Unicorn, you just mount it at a dedicated like 10-degree tilt, which goes right on the horns. But today we're just using this mount because it's easier to kind of showcase. So now this rig is ready to go in 3D. Voltage is good, transmitter is good. We're gonna pop it into 3D mode. I got it on a switch, pop. And then I just arm it, and then I'm gonna go to mid-throttle, which will activate the motors. Doesn't sound bad until you start like spooling it up. So you notice like the rig flies pretty good. It's like you have whistle tips. But the rig flies fine. So we're gonna go just in a regular normal invert. So if you're just flying 3D for the first time, you're just gonna try to do that. And then just get comfortable. Try to find the micro motions. If you're going forward, you kind of have to pull back on your hitch. And you have to just get used to just trying to get in a hover. This is honestly a lot harder than it looks, because the thing a lot of pilots will do when they're learning 3D is they'll go into it and they'll do like this maneuver. They'll go upside down, they'll go inverted throttle, and they'll just carry their momentum with them without really learning the fine motor control to fly in 3D, so you can do like tricks like this. So again, we're not using 3D propellers right now. We're using the regular GemFan Hurricanes. And we're running like 0 tilt. Not doing anything spectacular right now. It does hurt your battery a little bit more because 2 motors have to work harder almost consistently to maintain the same kind of flight attitude. I mean, you can hear that thing. It sounds like a whistle going off. But you can still do it smoothly. Like this rig still flies really good in 3D without 3D propellers. A little less grunt. And then as you can see, it still flies like a normal rig. Like you can still go completely hands off the controls. It still feels good. You still have full control. You're just getting rid of about like 35, I'd say, 40% of your, like, yeah, I'd say about 35% max of your thrust. That sounds like alarm bells going off. I'm not gonna do that too much. I don't want to aggravate people. This is a very small town. It's only like a mile wide, and I know my drone already carries like a quarter of a mile, so. But yeah, again, this is just an easy way to get into 3D without having to get 3D propellers. I'm completely hands off the controls right now. The rig is just, it locked in right now. It feels good. And then once you start getting comfortable, just start flying around in 3D. Just go upside down, stay upside down as long as you feel comfortable. Okay, my battery is dying quickly. I'm gonna bring it back in. So, as you can see, it's not that complicated. It's basically like you're trying to relearn how to fly all over again. You're just taking it easy. Like most pilots, you're gaining altitude. You're doing everything up high to give yourself space to recover, because you will have flub ups. And that's the one thing I did not do, is, you know, show you what a flub up looks like, which is essentially going full throttle into the ground because you're trying to, you know, regain throttle. Your brain freaks out. And that's one of the biggest things when you're flying 3D. Don't panic. When in doubt, just disarm, let it fall out of the air. It's better than full powering into the ground. Find a good space, like a nice cushy field, and have some fun. I mean, I've been flying this rig now for 2 weeks. I've blown props, I've hit the field, I've chucked it into trees. It is still in one piece. You know, 3D only gets super destructive when you start doing it in bad environments and you're not smart about it. And because you're flying 3D, you're less likely to smash the camera. You don't have a lot of forward momentum when you're flying. It's more of like weird crashes at weird angles and stuff. Like, I don't know. I've never had a problem smashing my my cameras up on my setups with the way I fly. So yeah, that's I think a good kind of overview. Hopefully you guys found that helpful. I know it's not the most glamorous of videos, but hey, you know, it gives you something to work towards. It gives you some ideas. And again, you just need regular propellers. Any regular propellers you use, just whatever you have on your quad, configure it, flop those props, and send it to the sky. Cool. I will catch you all in the next one.